Thank you for joining me on this Friday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and we're tracking several tropical waves out there, 3 that will work into the Caribbean. Not seeing anything spinning up with them, plus tropical storm Roslyn about to become a hurricane. That's on the Pacific side, so I want to get to that as well. But you see the 3 tropical waves. Here's our old front swinging back through the Bahamas right now. So not seeing any huge areas of rain and storms overall, but there will be isolated pockets of flooding. Dominica, 29 degrees, sun and cloud mix, scattered storms with that first tropical wave approaching, about a 40% chance of passing showers and storms. Winds east at about 32 kilometers an hour. So watching Dominica over toward Martinique and Guadeloupe. Getting a look at that forecast, Jamaica, 50% chance of rain and storms today and tomorrow. Scattered about, of course, staying on the warm to hot side. Some of the temps have dropped very slightly. A 30 to 40% chance of rain, a 30% chance over toward Aruba and Curacao, and picking up some over toward Barbados, St. Lucia. Scattered rain and storms Anguilla, Antigua, and Barbuda, watching Puerto Rico and my friends in the Virgin Islands. Here's that tropical wave we were watching the last few days, but as that front nudged in, rain chance not as high in Belize, but still on the higher side as we get toward Panama. I mentioned Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, at least some of the extra clouds with that old front that is hanging by, but to the west, a little bit drier because of the front. Now, yesterday I mentioned how the dust would start to lessen, and that's what happened. You could see it here. I like to use this kind of more high resolution imagery for you. And you see the Saharan dust in this yellow shading. Yesterday was a lot bigger, not as much right now. So the rain chance goes up a little bit higher. The dust starts to go down. So we're starting to lose some of the dust out there. And we have a lot of mariners, a lot of captains on this channel. Monday, I was just kind of looking ahead at some of the models, and this is a computer model showing the wave heights. Here's the Caribbean. We jump over to the Atlantic. There's going to be some building seas just off to the east as we get into next week, Monday. Seas building about 8 to 9 feet, even upwards of 10 feet, so about 2 to 3 meters. So just higher seas by Sunday into early next week. So there's the front that's around. Scattered showers and storms, my friends, over toward the Bahamas. Not seeing any development out of that. That's good. There's one little upper level spin, and then this back here, that's about to be Hurricane Roslyn over on the Pacific side. So a lot going on. Let me zoom you in and show you these scattered rain and storms over toward the Cayman Islands right now, pressing toward Jamaica. Not as much, just spotty in nature as we work our way into the Eastern Caribbean, Panama, then building back toward Costa Rica. More rain and storms. We've been seeing that. And then this spin here, that is Roslyn, a lot better organized. We've been highlighting this together over the last several days. It did finally develop. Winds right now about 65 miles per hour, pretty close to hurricane status. This will continue to lift in. Everything really on track from what we've been talking about as far as the modeling goes, as far as the timing goes. I'll get into the timing specifically in just a second, but it should become about a Category 2 hurricane. Winds will be over 80, 90 miles per hour. Could get over later today into tomorrow. Then by Sunday, they could even peak out over 100. So eventually, late tomorrow into Sunday, some of the winds could top out 100 to about 110. But the modeling, very good agreement, getting caught up in the front and swinging it back. Of course, by the time some of this moisture gets into Texas, it's not going to be a developed system, but some of that moisture will eventually feed into Texas down the road. But it's going to take that swing as it gets caught up into a front. Tropical storm force winds in that bluer shading, that inner circle there, those are the hurricane conditions. So everything offshore at this time. But by the time we get into tomorrow along the southern and southwestern coast of Mexico, some of those tropical storm and hurricane conditions will be working in. And of course, with that higher terrain, there's going to be some substantial flooding. So let's get into the timing. This is 8 p.m. this evening. There is Roslyn developing into a hurricane. Let me stop the clock here by tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock. At that point, tomorrow evening, it is a hurricane, and it will be brushing the coast. But then it's going to trek a little more to the north and then start to swing inland. So this is by Sunday morning. That's when it moves in, but right when it moves in, it will weaken quickly. Life-threatening flash flooding an issue, thinking of our friends in Mexico. And then some of that moisture eventually, by the time we get into late this week and really next week, a little of it trying to get pulled up into Texas. So we'll see an increase of some moisture up there into south central Texas. So peak of the hurricane season well behind us. November, usually not a lot of development. Occasionally get a named storm or two. But I keep a close eye on the old fronts in the Caribbean. That's sometimes where we get some development. I'm on it for you. I'll continue to track it. Until then, thank you for being part of this weather community, and I hope you have a good day and a good weekend ahead.